So at the start of this year I made a video about having read 55 books in 2021. But my record year was all the way back in 2016 when I got through 93 books. So starting fresh for 2022 my goal was to reach 100 books before the end of the year. And here we are with 2023 just days away. And we will come back to that year because I have a goal and I can't even, Okay, so 2022 I finished on 108 books, and I thought I would share with you some of the highlights that I read this year and maybe inspire you to pick up one or two of the books yourself. I have decided to put these books in two tiers. First we will have the place 6 through 10, then some books that quite didn't make it into the top 10, and we will finish with the place 1 to 5. But there is such a variety of books that I won't rank them within the tiers. So in place 6 through 10 I have chosen these 5 books.
Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. I am a great fan of Japanese fiction, and this weird piece is no exception. It is an easy read, bringing life to the many convenience stores you come across in Japan. Tim, the official biography of Avicii by Måns Mosesson. I thought this was a great biography and written with just the right amount of time since the sad passing of Tim. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. No surprise here, a highly praised book that I also found very intriguing. Definitely worth a spot on this list and a recommendation if you haven't read it yet. The History of Bees by Maja Lunde. Follows 3 storylines at very different periods in history and the future. While not all 3 are equally engaging, I found it very well written and with a nice thread going through the stories. And An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. Also no surprise, a highly praised book well worth a read. Looking forward to reading the sequel next year.
As mentioned, before going into the top 5 I will show you some of the books that didn't quite make it into the top 10, but that I thought still were worthy of a mention here.
Upheaval by Jared Diamond gives insight into crisis management at a national level with many interesting examples. Silent Spring by Rachel Carson, classic book in the environmental movement, feels surprisingly contemporary for a 60-year-old book. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. Maybe occasionally felt a little bit like a self-help book in fiction form, still a great story that I finished in just a day or two. Akin by Emma Donoghue. Engaging storyline and great character work as always by Emma Donoghue. The ending felt a little foreseeable. Gulp by Mary Roach. Certainly a very different kind of book, dealing with just about anything regarding our food digestion and eating habits. All parts aren't equally interesting, but overall a solid, fun non-fiction. And finally, Paper Towns by John Green. One of the older John Green books, but more to my liking. It's a fast-paced story that feels engaging even for someone no longer in the young adult age group.
And finally, our top 5 in no particular order.
Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I've read a few Andy Weir books now without being a big sci-fi reader. I always find them engaging, and this might be my favorite yet. The science many times go way over my head, but from a non-scientist perspective, it acts as a good base for the story. Over the top in many ways, but very down to earth and surprisingly moving at times. Last Night in Montreal by Emily St. John Mandel. This wasn't my favorite novel in terms of just story this year, even though it is definitely solid, but it gets many extra points for Emily St. John Mandel's writing. It is wonderfully poetic without feeling heavy, and I finished it without trouble. The storyline is less clear-cut than in Station 11 that I've read before, but still well worth a read. The Humans by Matt Haig. Both novels by Matt Haig that I read in 2022, making it into this list, with The Humans at the top. It is a wonderfully weird story involving aliens and math that captured me greatly. Matt Haig has a simple, fast-paced way of writing that lets the story shine, and I look forward to reading more from him. Blonde by Joyce Carol Oates. Classic novel or biography of Marilyn Monroe. Sometimes it is hard to know where to put it. Joyce Carol Oates makes 600 pages or so seem effortless, and I read it with ease. She captures and gives life to a woman that is quite two-dimensional as the public figure and icon she is remembered as. And finally, Osebol, Voices from a Swedish Village by Marit Kapla. This book is right up there with Svetlana Alexievich in the art of capturing a whole population and its essence by short, simple, open interviews with hundreds of people. In this case, it is the breadth of a small village that is captured, and the many different voices that live there. Many pages for sure, but it certainly keeps you engaged.
So now for 2023, I have decided to try to read 365 books. One book a day. Is this a smart, sensible goal to set? No, not at all. Am I doubting this decision? Yes, yeah, very, very much so, yeah. But now I have said it, so I will go for it or die in the attempt. So this includes, of course, both physical books and audiobooks, and I don't have to read one every single day. The goal is to reach 365 for the full year. I will keep you posted on how I'm doing, and at least, of course, bring you a new video at the end of the year to show you the results. If you happen to speak Swedish, I have started an Instagram account and a YouTube channel called Avbokad, where you can find shorts for every book that I read and follow along on my reading journey this year. You can find the links in the description below if you want to follow me there. And you can also follow me on Goodreads. I will link that too in the description. Thank you so much for following along on Small Circles Forward this year. I will post my yearly news summary in a few days. And as you've already seen, I will try to make shorts regularly from now on. And now I have some reading to do. Bye.